Hey guys, so today we're going to continue with the mindfulness skills, and we're going to be talking about the what and how skills. Now, the what and how skills I think are great as basis. Of course, the mindfulness skill is probably the best basis to have, but the second best is the what and how skills, because this will help you improve your experiences. So let's start out with the what skill. Now, during the what skill, there's 3 things that you want to be doing. First, you want to start off by observing. Now, this is just noticing the experience, being very alert and controlling your attention during it, pushing away nothing but clinging to nothing. You want to be alert of every thought, feeling that comes into your mind and notice it. And then you want to be using your senses to feel like what's going on. So you want to look, you want to hear what's going on, you want to smell what's going on. If it's cold, is it hot? And then if there's things to taste, what does it taste like? What are other people doing? What are their reactions? You definitely want to be just noticing but not caught up in it. Then you want to put words into the experiences during the describe. While describing it, you want to say anytime a feeling or a thought arises or you do something, you want to acknowledge it. Like, seeing that made me very sad, or a thought that this experience scares me just came to my mind, or I feel my stomach nodding. Then you want to put your experiences into words, describing to yourself what is happening, putting a name on your feelings, and then just realizing a thought is just a thought and a feeling is just a feeling without getting caught in the content. Next, you want to participate. You just want to completely envelop yourself into your experience, forgetting yourself and just being very mindful, using your wise mind, which you'll learn soon. Doing just what is needed without being willful or lazy. So a good example of this is a dancer on a dance floor where they just are completely one with the music, with their partner, completely involved in their experience, and then later on they'll be able to remember that experience quite well. And you want to actively be making the goals of changing harmful situations, changing your harmful reaction to situations. So if you're someone like me who during a stressful conversation has terrible reactions, you want to be very aware of that and also accepting yourself and the situation as they are. So if it's a bad situation, accepting that it's a bad situation and then trying to make it as best as possible. So while I finish up writing here, next we're going to be moving on to the how skill. Now, just so you know, I personally think that the what and how skills are great for school because during school you have to be very mindful. You can't let your thoughts take over, thinking I don't want to be here or how stressed out you are. You truly have to be mindful and aware and get the best out of school in order to make sure that you get the most out of your learning. So now let's move on to the how skill. So the how skill, there's also is 3 different points that you want to make. So you want to do it non-judgmentally. So you want to see, but you don't want to evaluate. Like a non-judgmental sentence. Like just the facts, focusing on the what, not the good, bad, terrible, wonderful, the should or should not. You completely want to get rid of your opinion on it. You just want to accept the moment as it comes and also acknowledge the helpful and the wholesome and acknowledge the harmful and the unwholesome without being judgeful. Because this is such a hard concept to get to acknowledge if it's good or bad, more or less harmful or unharmful. If you do find yourself judging, don't judge your judging. It is normal. Human beings, we do that. But it'd be more help. It's something you have to work on to eventually not be able to judge what's going on. Now you want to be very mindful. In this last video we learned about how to be mindful. So that's doing one thing at a time, letting go of distractions and concentrating your mind to get the most out of the experience. Then what you want to do is you want to do it effectively. You want to focus on what works, doing what needs to be done in each situation, staying away from the right and the wrong. And then you want to play by the rules and act skillfully as you can, meeting the needs of what's going on. And not focusing on what you wish you were doing or what your friends are doing or where you'd be more comfortable, just trying to get through the situation as best you can. You also want to keep an eye on what your goal of the situation is, whether that's if I complete my homework, I can go out with my friends, or if I complete my homework, I'll have my homework done, which is a better example. But also staying mindful on completing and focusing on the now and what's going on in the experience. And then what you want to do is just let go of all the feelings of not wanting to be there, anger towards other people, and other thoughts that are hurting you, hurting your concentration, hurting your mindfulness, and hurting your entire experience of what doesn't work. Now I'm going to write down those 3 skills again for you that you always want to keep in mind while doing anything, which is changing the harmful situations, changing your harmful reactions to situations, and then accepting yourself and the situation as they are. Now these 3 things you want to keep in mind all the time, because you don't want yourself to be in a harmful situation. That's not the point of DBT. That's not going to help you in your road away from anxiety or depression. And so you want to start to change those so you get yourself out of those situations. And then if it is a bad situation, you want to start to change your reaction. So you don't want to be angry at it or sad at it. You just want to learn to get through it. And then you want to accept yourself and the situation as they are. So like I said, I get stressed out in very serious conversations, and I accept myself that I'm not good in that situation, and I accept that situation will be stressful for me, and so then I begin to change my reaction and change the way the situation plays out so it's not as harmful. So these skills then are going to be what helps you through all that. So if you're a test taker, you can use the what and how skills. If you're like me and get stressed out in conversations, this is going to be a good skill for you to have. And then, or any other situation you can think of, the what and how skills are great to have under your belt along with mindfulness. Now, I'm going to start to glam up this card a little bit. So I found this photo of yoga on the beach, definitely just to get the focus there, because during yoga you have to be very focused, very centered, which I believe is a good ideal to have in any situation. And then I'm going to put this nice little magazine clipping I found that says "Feel Good" down, just because I do believe that the DBT skills and the mindfulness skills will make you feel good in any situation. So again, you can glam these cards up however you want, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching.